Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Desolation Tycoon. It is by Iron Boar Labs, and it is fully released out on Steam, currently $12 US. It's despite the Tycoon name, it's not your typical Tycoon-ish game, although it has some bearings in like the Tycoon type games. Um, Essentially, you are a wandering merchant, wandering through a completely desolate place, probably after some sort of, earth-shattering kaboom of some sort. And your goal is to essentially just make money, hire travelers to come with you, hire hands, and essentially leave a legacy for yourself. There are achievements that you have to acquire during the game, to then unlock, to create new settlements, and you're basically trying to bring uh, humanity back from the brink of all of its destruction that has happened, kind of thing. It's pretty interesting. I'll try to explain it as I go. The game doesn't really have a tutorial. It does have help tips, which aren't necessarily the best in the world. But it's kind of a game that's like, once you start to play it a little bit, you can kind of start to understand what it's trying to do and where it's going with it. And, I would continue the game that I had going, but instead, let's just do a new game and start from the beginning. And you can kind of see what's going on. The maps are, I believe, randomly generated, as well as all your skills, and your retirement amount. So this guy retires in 2,000 days. So basically, after 2,000 in-game days, your character stops wandering, and you have to start a new character. And you get all different ancestries and how your youth came out and all that stuff, and these all have boosts or not, to your various traits. I haven't quite figured out all the different traits and how they work out so much. I mean, traversing, the more people you have in your party, the slower you move, sort of, unless you have a nice traversing amount here. And then as you do things in game, much like in like a Skyrim or something like that, where the more you use something, the more points you'll build up from it. And so all these skills will start to increase as you go. It's hard to explain all of it, but you'll see as we go here. So I'm just going to say here, and I'll keep this. You can choose what color you want. I'll just do the blue one, I guess. You can also re-roll your character if you want to. I'm just going to go with what we got here. And we're starting here in this location. You'll see when we look at the map, you'll see all the different settlements and stuff. We'll start the game. So, let's also get into full screen here. And we'll get 30 minutes on the clock. And I'll see if I can do my best at explaining how this all goes here. So, first of all, if I hit tab, you can see our map. And here's all the different settlements. And as we trade with settlements, these settlement colors will start to change. And I'm not sure, like, danger in surrounding areas load high. Okay, so that's what it means. So I guess as I traverse them, like, there's less and less danger maybe as I have random encounters and stuff along the way. You can see how much time we have, our overall health, how much money we currently have, our cargo and our carrying capacity, the limit of how many people we can recruit. This actually refreshes as we go. So like I can recruit up to 5 additional people right now, but as time progresses, it'll gradually refresh and you can recruit some more as you go. There's our total crew of 8. How many injured? How many are sick? Stories, warnings, and mysteries. These are essentially used to unlock schemes, and they're like a kind of currency that's beyond just a normal currency. And then here's our travel speed. Right now it's 89% based on our terrain and everything, and that will change if you go through mountainous terrain and all that stuff. Here's our character stuff. We can get traits and conditions and modifiers as we go. Here's our current cargo. We're not really carrying anything. And here's our crew. Pack roaches are your pack mules. Basically, the more of these you have, the more you can carry, essentially. And then you've got, obviously, soldiers of fortune, which are just guards. You've got trained guards. So these are the untrained guards. These are the trained guards. You've got laborers, which come into play when we go try digging for artifacts and stuff, which we'll hopefully run into. And you've got roach raiders, which are basically mounted cavalry, essentially. All right, so let's go to Jurasim, since we're here. And then you've got that supply ticking down, that's 7 days and whatnot. I'm not sure yet how that actually works. Like, you can keep traveling with 0 supplies, and I don't know if it just means that there's an increased chance that your people in your party will get sick. I've traveled with 0 supplies and was still recovering health and stuff, so I'm not entirely sure exactly how that works in the grand scheme of things. So here's schemes. You've got 3 sort of faction leaders, I guess you can call them. They're not really factions. They're more like just important people in this town. And it says it needs 50 here. You need, like, you build up rep with these guys based on trading. So this is the local cult founder, the Squala trainer, aphid trainer, aphid rancher, which I think just unlocks additional units for you and stuff like that. And the idea here is, if I look at the buy screen, you can see these little symbols next to them. This like green symbol, you got like a yellow symbol here, and you got this red symbol, and then they match up with all the resources over here. So as you, I believe, sell those types of things in this town, your rep with them will go up, and once you get to a certain level, you'll be able to start trading in like stories and mysteries, and you'll get like a random chance of having a good outcome from them. Hopefully we get as far as that. I played for about an hour and I had like 1 of those come up, so we'll see how it goes with a half an hour here. And then the nice thing here is you can see like this is artifacts. This is the symbol for artifacts. It tells you on the map who buys them and who sells them, the towns that are buying them and selling them. It doesn't stay on long enough for you to know exactly what ones are, so you kind of have to match them up with your in-game map when you come out of the town. But let's see if we can get something relatively close by. Yeah, here we go. Spices, and then artifacts. I mean, I could go over there to that place because they're buying lots of artifacts, right? And because I haven't sold any artifacts yet, I don't know if I'm going to make a profit or not. I mean, you'll probably make a profit, but I don't know how much of a profit. Once you start selling things, it'll actually say next to the artifacts where it says down here, it'll give you a percentage that says, you know, last sold for 80% more or 30% more. And so, you know, there's a good chance you'll get maybe a 30% profit. But obviously it's variable. So once you get there, you'll know exactly how much profit you're going to get. But you can kind of guess as to what it's going to be based on how the market is going. So that was the only one I could buy. Was that one? But that'll get us over here because we don't have a whole lot of money. So let's go. Once you go into your in-game map, though, it'll tell you with a little number over it where you can sell those things. So this was one of the ones here, Zalamand. We can head there. Unfortunately, you can't like put waypoints down. You kind of have to just keep looking at your map. I kind of wish I could just put a waypoint down and be like, all right, here's the general direction to go. And then as you're wandering, you'll come up to these random encounters, which could be anything. They could be something to pick up, some resources. It could be an event, or it could be a battle. This is a battle. So you're being pursued. There's this circle that will slowly expand. If you can make it out of that circle, when it expands to its greatest width, you'll avoid the encounter. But most times, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to make it out of it without getting the encounter. And then you've got different outcomes. Now this thing is really powerful, so I don't have enough. I don't have enough men. But our crew isn't strong enough for me to fend them off or to attack them, so we have to flee, which means we have a chance of 0 to 1 crew injured, and we lose 12 to 38 health, depending on a random chance. So we'll see. Our health is down to 75, so we lost 15 health there. And you see we got a +1 to traversing as we're going. Now, in the options menu, by default it's turned off, but I've turned on pause on encounters and pause on something else too. I forget what it was. Now this area here, you can see is like kind of ruins of the old world sort of thing. You have it takes you longer to traverse this area, like your speed goes down, but you have a chance of finding like an artifact site and stuff like that. You can see our health is going up slowly over time. Traversing is going up. Scouting went up. Oh, that is a djinn, or a genie, or a djinn. I don't know. Hairless bats lose 16 to 44 health. Yikes, that hurts a lot. But we got our warnings out of it, so that is some currency to be used later. They see I'm at 0 days supplies, but we're still okay. Like, our health isn't going down. So I still am not entirely sure what that means. In fact, our health will actually keep going up. I thought maybe that meant, like, you wouldn't recover health, but it doesn't seem to mean that from what I've seen. Okay, and we found some ruins, Forlorn Ruin. So, this is our skill at extracting. We only have a 10 skill at extracting, which means it's going to be rough to pull things out of here, but we can. We only have 2 workers, it looks like. And how much money we have, and then here's our cargo capacity. So we could start, and we'll slowly start to fill up our cargo as we uncover things, if we uncover things. But you see, the days are ticking by, and again, we have like 2,000 days before we are forced to retire. But it will get my extracting skill will continue to increase, so that's always a good thing. Ancient lightning machine found. Okay. No. Backroach falls ill. So we lost Backroach, it looks like. We're down to just 10 capacity now. Now 9. Yeah, and our money has gone down because, again, days are going by, so we have to pay our folks. We haven't been. Alright, so where's the... Down this way, it looks like. Alright, we're not going to stop off for anything else. We're going to get down here and sell our things so that I can get the money back. We're definitely fully into the negatives now. We're at negative 99. There's a glut of complex weapons here, driving the prices down. Luckily, we're not selling those. We are selling some artifacts. And they also need some mineral pigments, which is what we extracted from the ground there. So that's good. That gives us 758. We can look at, and you can see I've got like 2 rep now with this guy because I sold that blue stuff, and 5 rep with her because I sold the brown stuff. Crew, we need to hire some crew, I think. Get another pack roach. Let's get some train guards. At least 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah, I mean, let's just do that because I need to be able to defend against things. Also, I forgot to see if there's anything I can buy here. All right, what do we got? Munitions, leak vials, and munitions. I think munitions is what we're gonna have to go with because I don't have a lot of money and I can grab as much of those up as we can here. And it was just like right next door, it looked like, where we need to go. I can verify in this map. Yep. Up low. Hop low. There we go. And do a quick sell here. So here we go. Last bought for 23% less. So it's telling me here when I go to buy it, or when I go to sell it, I mean, I'm going to make a 23% profit. It's worded weirdly, because when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't know what that means. But if you think about it, it's like it's telling you, you last bought this for 23% less than what you can sell it for, so you're making a 23% profit. I wish they had kind of worded it differently and been like, you're going to make, just say profit, or lost, But, it once you work it out, what they're actually saying, it makes sense. Because as you sell things off, the price that you're selling things off goes down a little bit. So you'll start to see it go like 23%, 22%, 21%, that kind of thing. All right. So made a little bit of money there. And a little bit of rep. Any schemes that I can do now? All right. We have here soft metals and roach butter, leaf files. So we have lots of fabric. Those have to go quite the distance, though. It looks like before we could sell them. They may not be worth it. Roach butter. Soft metals. I could pick up this thing of soft metals. And then on our way, we can go back up to where we were. And, we're not on our way, but you can see that green area is where we were before, where I was excavating. We want to get back to that excavation site at some point and do some more work there. I want to probably hire some laborers if I can here. With what we've got. Yeah, 25% less. So we made about 25% profit on that. You can see we're making some rep too. Let's go crew. I can't hire any laborers here. Fortunately, they don't have any. Fine. What do we have? Heavy chitin. Alright, we'll do that. We'll run that back this way. And, in the early game like this, you're kind of just running little routes back and forth until you make some money before you can kind of branch out a little bit. You're building rep and all that stuff. And also, excuse me, I haven't gotten past the first iteration. Like, I haven't made 2,000 days yet. So I don't know what it's like when you have your ancestor who comes and starts doing things, you know what I mean? So it'd be interesting to see that. Hopefully we run across a good building site, because you'll be able to see what that looks like. Because there's all kinds of can't do laborers here either. Because there's a bunch of, I guess, achievements, I guess I would call them. Cockroach died, yeah. We have 5 sick crew. Jeez Louise. 4 sick crew. Over here. And we'll start, do a couple days. If we can. Yeah, losing pack roaches like left, right, and center here. Our fortune falls ill. Alright. I've used up the money that I had. This has been probably the roughest start I've had. Do we have any cargo here? Mineral pigment. So I should be able to sell those down here, right? That. Yeah, this has been a pretty rough start. Of course, I'm pushing it a little bit because I'm trying to show you guys the game. But in reality, you would go a lot slower. Like you just keep doing trade routes over and over and over again for the first couple days. The shortest ones you could find. Oh, we got a random event. This is the first time I've seen this. Retired gunpowder eater. It's unusual for someone not to let their arquebus out of arm's reach even when relaxing. Sure enough, your new conversation partner turns out to be a former gunpowder eater. They made peace with local authorities using a mixture of bribes and mercenary service. Now got to enjoy the comforts of civilization. They may have been enjoying such comforts a bit too much. You won't be able to stop them, but maybe if you help them identify good grades of narcotic step from bad, at least not risk poisoning themselves. In exchange, they'll have lots to teach you about munition. My expertise is too low, but we can swap stories. At least. So I have 13 warnings, no stories, no mysteries. Yeah, my expertise was too low there. I can sell this for 131, but we're still negative. Which is not great. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that Soldiers of Fortune there. Your guards down to 2. And try to get some pack roaches if I can. And I can't buy anything because I have no money. This is going to be a problem. Pack roach got healed. Nice. We're going to have to go digging. That's the only option I have right now. Oh, and I found some resources on the ground. That's good. Extract no laborers. Oh, all my laborers died. Alright, well we got this. We're just picking up stuff off the ground now. In hopes to be able to do stuff. There's more stuff there. Nope, pack roach died. Yeah, spending that time digging early on really screwed me because you're really not supposed to start digging until you have a bunch of money to spend because you're spending money every single day. There's 5 chitin. Alright, can I sell anything? So there's low demand things, so I can still sell them. And I'm making, theoretically, I mean, I'm making entirely profit out of them because I just found them on the ground, but still not making all that much. And we're still negative as far as money is concerned, which is unfortunate. And no schemes unlocked. We're pretty well about. I mean, I guess I can still buy things. I'll just buy them on credit, probably. Or no, I guess it won't let me buy anything, right? Because I'm negative. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I really want to show you more of the game, but I've gotten a really bad start of it here. Oh, pits or worms. Lose some health there. Here is a promising city. And so here's how this works. these are basically a promising city is not something you're going to unlock with your current character. Usually, it's something that you unlock over time. And in order to unlock this city, I need to have 500 stories. I need my knowing skill to be at least 250. I need 100 expertise with ceramics, 50 schemes, initiate 50 schemes with ongoing effects, and pay for passage during encounters. So if you encounter people who want to attack you, you have to pay them off, and you have to get 10,000 gold doing that, and then you get to pick some bonuses. So new characters get 10 knowing skill, blah blah blah. You pick 3 out of 5 there, and it tells you your percentage. So yeah, that's kind of how the long-term game plays out. See, I got away from that encounter. That was nice and fast. But yeah, it's a bit rough. You gotta play. You gotta be very conservative at the very beginning. More so than I was here. But I can sell this chitin. We're back positive, but only 4 positive. Roach Raiders. Yeah, which means we still can't buy anything there. +1 stories, +1 scouting. Oh, we got some mining equipment, looks like. I wonder if I can sell that here. Was that one of the things? Yeah, there we go. Excellent. But still not enough money to do anything with. It was only 1 piece of mining equipment. Creatures of the Book of Skin. Yeah, and I don't even have 80 nolds to pay for passage. This is that one that I was talking about. So I have to flee and take a bunch of damage. Our health is at 21, so it does not look promising, friends. Does not look promising for us. And basically got to traverse the wasteland here. Just paid 108 in fees to our crew, which we couldn't even afford, so we're negative now. Use Garats. Yeah. Once you get into a spiral, a death spiral, it's very hard to get out of it early on here. I come over this way. Yeah, see, we're negative 57 again. Demonic presence. 0 to crew control effect. 0 to crew injured. Lose 1 to 5 health. Alright, 1 to 5 health it is. Knowing, planning. So you can kind of look as we've been going here. I look at my character, like, you know, I found an ancient lightning machine, and you know, you can see our like traversing's up. It was 2, and now it's up to 12, and that kind of thing. Scouting's going up, and all that stuff. So everything's continuing upwards as we go. There's another promising city over here. And take a look at real fast. Severed tongues. You lose 12 to 32 health. Health down to 15. We got the low end of that one. So this one, increase extracting skill, retire successfully 5 times. We'll add 20% to this. Increase expertise with organic dyes. Buy items at discount from a scheme. Use exploit a weakness against a demon. All that. All of that stuff, friends. You kind of see it's on the surface a fairly simplistic game, but you can see where it can kind of get really complicated, because you can like have these schemes going and you're trying to get some money going. I mean, once you're negative money though, it's really difficult to do anything. You really have to scour the wasteland to find stuff. Like there's something I found. Where can I sell this? Down here at Zalka. Alright, let's stop off here real fast. Get our supplies back up. We'll head down. Head down to Zalka. I don't know what that whispering was. This might be the one that does us in. Well, we're down to 12 health. Okay, it only did 8 damage. Didn't do us in. I mean, I have to check to see if they're going to be, like, things that are beneficial for us. Our scouting is not very good. 2 to 11 health. Control effect. Down to 9 health. Oh, we're back up to 12. Okay. Yeah, it's very unforgiving. Very unforgiving. But I got myself... Like, the thing I like about it, though, is I did this to myself by standing there and trying to show you what the digging was all about. In reality, it was too early for me to start digging at a site. Or at least not to dig for so long as I did. And we're dead. And there you go. How many gameplay statistics here? Final wealth, natural expertise gains, all that stuff. Progress towards new towns is 0%. And then you just start a new game. So yeah, I mean that's how it goes, friends. I mean, the idea is that you can't die. If you die, then that's it. Your run is over. But if you retire successfully, then your run continues. And obviously, from the very beginning, you want to be much more... You don't want to be throwing caution to win like I was. I was purposely throwing that because I wanted to show you some of the different mechanics that I've uncovered. And there's still plenty to this game that I have not uncovered. There's like that random encounter I had there going into one of those towns is the first time that's ever happened. So I didn't get to show you the schemes because you have to really build up to them, but there's an opportunity to make some progress there with those. And yeah, a whole lot of stuff. I really like this. This is very impressed by this game in general. It's not, I can't point at it and go, yeah, look at all these features. It's not like packed full of features, but what's here makes it interesting. And I'm actually surprised that this is blown under the radar, because this strikes me as one of those games that someone who likes to play lots of strategy games, and I know I watch a lot of streamers and YouTubers who play strategy games all the time. Someone who likes strategy games, I would imagine, would really like this, just given how many ways you can kind of play it, even though it is fairly basic. I mean, it's not really in depth. There's not a whole lot of depth to everything, but at the same time, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. It's a nice casual game. Maybe that's why it has flown under the radar so much, is that it is pretty casual in how it does things. But this, my friends, has been Desolation Tycoon. It is by Ironboard Labs, and it is fully released. Out on Steam, currently $12 US. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.